morning. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. on Monday, January 13th, 2020 fizzle. Time is flying, man. Half the month is gone already. In the first month of the so-called new year. When again, y'all, the new year is not until spring equinox. So, it is what it is, though, When spring comes, that's the new year. That's when I'm going to be celebrating the new year with the fam. You know what I mean? So, how y'all doing? Interesting weekend I had for myself. Not feeling too well. I'm feeling better today. That's why I'm on the road. But I definitely was not feeling the greatest this weekend. It started Friday. Actually, it started Thursday night when I got home. Wasn't feeling too good. I'm going through a detox, I think. You know what I'm saying? My body's detoxing. Every now and then, the human body needs to do this at a certain period of the year. Some years are worse than others, depending upon how many environmental factors are involved, what you've been through, what you've been taking into your body, and I have to reevaluate how and what I consume. I haven't had necessarily the cleanest diet this year. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of balancing that with a lot of exercise, which brings the benefit of autophagy. I call myself, I can pretty much eat this because I know I'm going to exercise and blah, blah, blah. And yes, it works out to a degree. I've been maintaining my my weight between 185, 195, comfortable weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fit. You know what I'm saying? So, but, I do need to reevaluate what I consume. Not just in terms of food, but what I take in through the eyes, what I take in through the ears, what I put my energy in. All those things are crucial to human health, to your health. So, I'm just reevaluating. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this. Snaps Look Really here, aka The Definition. Coming at y'all with this live stream. I wanted to talk about this whole thing going on in London with the Ring Magazine Awards, which the Ring Magazine is now owned by Turki Al-Sheikh. He bought it from, I think, Oscar De La Hoya owned it or some shit. But, Ring Magazine has passed through quite a few hands. So Turki Al-Sheikh put on an event, the Ring Magazine Awards, and, a lot of boxers showed up. Some didn't. It is what it is. Some would like to think that none of the PBC fighters were invited, but not Oscar De La Hoya, but Canelo Alvarez was there. So, I don't think it had anything to do with no one not being invited. I think it just was, hey, show up. I think Turki Al-Sheikh did invite certain boxers so that discussions of fights could happen, and many great things may come of that. One such fight that may happen that everybody wants to happen, and some people don't. Some people think it's a waste, is Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Now, I'm okay with that fight. I don't really think it's going to be as much of a barn burner as a lot of people think, but we'll see what happens. It is boxing at the end of the day, and these are professional boxers, right? Terrence Crawford is has a year-round boxing lifestyle, so Terrence Crawford might actually pull off an upset, and it would be an upset. I think that Terrence Crawford will be an overwhelming underdog in that fight, and people have stand to make a lot of money if Terrence Crawford beats Canelo on the cards. Even more money if he knocks him out. So that might be an interesting fight. We'll see. Joseph Jackson. Yes, I did. I seen, and that's one thing I'm going to talk about. That's why in the second sentence of the title, it says Tank Davis mad because he wasn't invited. Now, but first let's get through this Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2 thing. Now, I want everybody to go back in time, not very far. Just yesterday or the day before, last week, right? Every time the topic of Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia comes up, every time the fact that Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia comes to light, every time someone talks about it, you have those individuals out there that want Devin Haney to get it back in blood. That is the narrative they use to lambaste Devin Haney's actions, right? Now, here's the thing. There is no law. There is nothing on the books that say that suing someone who cheated you in a previous fight precludes you from fighting them in the future. There is nothing that says that you can sue the motherfucker and fight him again. All right? So those out there that spew this either or fallacy of, oh, well, you can't fight Ryan Garcia if you're suing him, or instead of suing Ryan Garcia, why don't you fight him? I don't think I need a slide. But see, that's not how it works. There is nothing out there. There is no such rule. There is no such law. There is nothing out there that says that Devin cannot fight Ryan Garcia if he's suing him. Ryan Garcia just has to agree to certain terms. Ryan Garcia has to agree to 365-day, 7-day-a-week drug testing with VADA. Now, Ryan Garcia was confronted this weekend in London. Turkey Al-Sheikh, according to many reports, and was ready to put together a fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia patently refused because he's a fucking duck. Now, Ryan Garcia has a pattern in history of ducking. Joseph Jackson says VADA and USADA all get tested by WADA, but they don't trust VADA. Yeah, and that's a key point to understand. VADA does not do the testing. They facilitate, arrange, and middleman the testing. They make sure it's done. They have certain protocols. They order the test based on their own testing, their testing system, right? They determine performance-enhancing drugs are banned under their organization. And apparently, now I need to do a little bit more digging into this, but my Wi-Fi wife, Sugar Free Mars, shout out her. Sugar Free Mars, she has an excellent channel. She does live streams now. She is now building her channel, so you guys go check her out if you have not already. I heard her mention that. Now, like I said, I need to look into this myself. People talk about alternatives to VADA, right? Because it's not necessarily who performs the test. It has to do with which performance-enhancing drugs are being ruled out in the testing. Which performance-enhancing drugs will get you violated by VADA? That is the key point. And apparently, VADA has about 60-something more performance-enhancing drugs than other testing agencies, like USADA, right? Now, it's also key to understand that certain state commissions, right? You got the New York State Athletic Commission, you got the California State Athletic Commission, you got the Nevada Athletic State Commission, State Athletic Commission, you have the Texas State Athletic Commission. They also have their own testing protocols. They allow certain amounts of certain performance-enhancing drugs based on based on the natural, based on its nature, right? So certain performance enhancing drugs can also show up naturally in a human's urine or blood. So it gives you a certain level that is allowed. But the bottom line is, VADA has more performance enhancing drugs on its ban list than other testing agencies that would be used in the sport of boxing. That's key to understand. That means that VADA is more stringent, right? Not only do they have more tests for more performance enhancing drugs, but they also have stricter levels, right, that are allowed. But sometimes they don't have stricter rules, right? Because in your state, you're not allowed to use an IV at all whatsoever. But VADA allows a certain amount of IV that you can use. New York State does not allow it. That's also key to understand. Now, people would have you think that VADA is corrupt, that VADA is owned by Victor Conti. Marty Manager, or who is more affectionately known by Champside as janitor or something. What did he call him? Janitor, whatever. Janitor or something. Calls him a janitor. He'll have you believe that Victor Conti is just, he's still doing the Balco thing and all this, that, and the third, that, he owns VADA. He pulls the strings for VADA when Victor Conti has not been involved with VADA for years, right? Now, he helped form VADA and help them formulate the testing protocols, because he knows which performance enhancing drugs show up under which circumstances. So it's because of him there are more substances that are tested for by VADA. So anyway, so Ryan Garcia this weekend, right, uses these narratives like the ones that janitor, goddamn, what is Champ's I call him? Marty the Manager and others use. I don't want to do this with VADA and that with VADA. T.O. said the same thing. I don't want to get tested by VADA, right? Everybody's shitting on VADA. This is ostensibly why Ryan Garcia does not want to fight Devin, because Devin would require his opponents to sign up for the same level of testing as him. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Ryan Garcia doesn't want to do it. I believe that Bill said that he would pay for the testing. I believe, they would pay for the testing. I think Bill said that. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys are watching this. Exactly, Joseph Jackson. Marty has no proof. He has pure speculation. I've already proven Marty the Manager a liar. I've already proved him a liar. If you guys go back and look at a previous live stream I did, you'll see that I call out Marty the Manager for lying about saying Bill was lying about who made the ultimate decision to sue Ryan Garcia. All right, you guys go check that out. It's a very thorough picking apart of Marty's bullshit. I think I've done that twice already. But anyway, so Ryan Garcia would have you believe that, I'm not going to fight Devin because I don't want to sign up to this corrupt VADA testing. Okay, all right. But here's my question. If so many fighters, right, all these people, these douchebags like Andre, son of Goof Ward, shit Andre, Timothy Coonley, all these numbskulls that don't believe that Ryan Garcia cheated, and all these individuals that believe that VADA is corrupt and that they should be investigated. Well, how come there has been no investigation? Why is it that there has not been any level of corruption found, right? You would think that, hey, all these individuals are so concerned about VADA and the level of corruption VADA may have within their organization, you would think that there would be a certain level of investigation. How come nothing has been found yet? You know, why is it that no one has an issue with VADA outside of Devin being involved with VADA? When it comes to other fighters that use VADA, no one says anything. When it comes to other fighters, you know, being on a snack program outside of the manager Marty, because you know manager Marty, he has Terrence Crawford, he has it out for Bill Haney, he has it out for Devin Haney. So of course he loves this whole idea of the snack conspiracy and the snack VADA conspiracy theory. Like he's definitely a conspiracy theorist in regards to snack and VADA, right? And it's easy for him to do this because, of course, Terrence Crawford's performances are excellent, right? He does good, except for with Magic. I don't know what happened there. You know, what I do actually think happened is he moved up in weight, and then his power did not carry up to 154 pounds. You know, and yeah, he got mollywopped by. He lost to Madrimov. That's just the bottom line to it. Of course, you're going to have people out there that's going to dismiss Madrimov's win by saying, oh, he was just herky-jerky and it took Terrence Crawford 9 rounds to figure him out. And so when Terrence Crawford started amping it up and so they believe that in the last 3 rounds of Madrimov, Terrence Crawford, that Terrence Crawford was able to win. Think about that. After 9 rounds, Terrence Crawford starts to turn it up and he wins the fight. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, if Terrence Crawford was a cheater, if Terrence Crawford was a performance-enhancing drug user, as people would like to accuse him of being, why is it that he did not have his best performance at 154 pounds? You would think that he would be on performance-enhancing drugs that would help him gain lean muscle tissue and would help him carry his power up. That's what they are designed to do. Performance-enhancing drugs, there are many out there, whether it be a SARM, whether it be an actual steroid, would have helped Terrence Crawford at 154 pounds. It would help him at 168 pounds when he fights Canelo in May or September. It would help him greatly. Like he would be able to gain quite a few pounds of lean muscle tissue in just a few months on performance-enhancing drugs. If Terrence Crawford were a cheater, then that would be the case. He would have definitely had more power at 154 pounds. But you know, things like that, they don't factor into these people's minds, right? They just want to hate. Now, Ryan Garcia is a known drug cheat, but he does not get the criticism that snack fighters get who have never tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Have they tested positive for recreational drugs? Sure, right? Cocaine and marijuana, but never performance-enhancing drugs, okay? Now, I don't understand why cocaine and weed are on the ban list. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, people, you know, it is what it is. That's a whole nother live stream. But Ryan Garcia is a known drug cheat. He pled guilty to using performance-enhancing drugs, and the New York State Athletic Commission punished him for not reporting these so-called supplements that were, these supplements that he took that were so-called contaminated with performance-enhancing drugs. So he pled down his punishment and only got a year suspension. But Ryan Garcia does not get the level of hate and the level of criticism that Devin Haney gets merely for having been part of the STAC program and being involved with VADA testing and pushing VADA testing. For whatever reason, that makes Devin Haney guilty, but we know that's bullshit. So Ryan Garcia does not want to enroll in 365-degree testing, and this is why I believe Ryan Garcia ducked him, because Ryan Garcia wants the edge. He wants to have the edge over Devin Haney because he knows that he cannot beat Devin Haney without performance-enhancing drugs. He could not even knock Devin Haney out when he used performance-enhancing drugs. Couldn't knock him out. Knocked him down 3 times. Some people would like to tell you 5 times, but, you know, whatever. These are haters, right? Listen, Ryan Garcia ducked, and Devin Haney and Bill Haney were waiting outside of the hotel for Ryan Garcia to come out, because Ryan Garcia was there and they wanted to confront Ryan Garcia. Bill was calling him out for ducking, so clearly he turned down the fight with Devin Haney. I don't know why he believed Turkey Al-Sheikh wanted to speak with him. What fight did Ryan Garcia believe Turkey Al-Sheikh wanted to see Ryan Garcia in? Like, what other fight? But anyway, so Ryan Garcia clearly ducked. He came out. Bill and Devin were right there calling him out. Well, Devin didn't say anything, but, you know, Bill was calling him out. And of course, you know, oh, how dare Bill speaking for Devin again. Oh my God, how dare he? Listen, sometimes you ain't got to say shit. Sometimes you just want to put your hands on somebody. You know what I mean? And so Ryan Garcia didn't say jack shit. You know, Ryan Garcia has such a mouth. You know, he likes to talk so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't he talk shit then? Huh? Is it because he knows that he was not going to fight Devin Haney? Is it because he knows that he would not be in a fight with Devin, so there was nothing to bark about? Could that be the case? Joseph Jackson said, yes, Tank. Paying for it even better. Joe Jackson said, you think they have plenty of proof, but they have no proof. And that's why they're upset. They want to believe that, you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, y'all. They'd like to believe that Conte is connected to Vada on that degree, and that, you know, the snack program is a PED program. They would like to think that, but they have no proof whatsoever. And they want you to believe that, well, because Victor Conte, he got caught before, being involved in that, in a PED ring and all that shit. He could definitely, he wouldn't be able to rehabilitate, turn his life around and do better. No. He has to, you know, because Devin's involved, he has to be still, you know, involved in the bullshit, right? Well, Devin's not on the snack program anymore. So what y'all got to say now? Devin's not using the snack program for whatever reason. Nonito Donaire, he was part of the snack program. No one ever accused him, but he stopped being involved with the snack program. And they stopped. Listen, people make choices. 772 says, that's your opinion. What's my opinion? Left hook. Oh, here we go with the left hook. What's my opinion? It's not my opinion that Ryan Garcia ducked Devin Haney. That is a fact. Now, if you don't want to use the word duck, that's up to you, but it's a duck. He turned the fight down. After he was, you know, after all y'all was crying about Devin not getting it back in blood, Devin tried to get it back in blood. Ryan Garcia wouldn't accept it. Ryan Garcia does not want to be tested for PEDs because he wants to be able to use PEDs. Bottom line to him. But, you know, say what you want. You know, it can be my opinion. No problem. Yo, what's good? Just Do Boxing. What's good, man? I mean, listen, the bottom line is Ryan Garcia was given multiple opportunities to rematch Devin Haney, right? Ryan Garcia turned down the rematch more times than he said he wanted it. But y'all want to put it on Devin, right? What's up, Unleavened Evan? You missed, well, not much. I've been on for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Yes, please hit the like button. Or don't. I mean, hit the down button if y'all want to. You know, if you think I'm full of shit. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right? It's a fact. Oh yeah, Ryan Garcia is scare tested. Let me tell you why. Because he's a drug cheat. Simple. He's a proven drug cheat. And so, if he doesn't want to enroll in 24/7, 365 testing, then he ain't got to. Right? There's going to be somebody out there that's going to be willing to fight Ryan Garcia when the suspension's up, and he can fight them. It's okay. It won't be on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? It won't be a big draw. He'll probably fight on a Thursday, but you know he can fight whoever he wants. He can fight whoever he wants, and then when those people get hit with the left hook, we'll see how many of y'all come out and say, "Oh, he couldn't avoid that left hook." And what's interesting is Devin Haney avoided more left hooks, way more left hooks in that fight than he took. And he took some left hooks. That's just that's part of boxing. Ryan Garcia has whippy left hooks, and he's pretty accurate, right? He has been working on his hand-eye coordination with them left hooks for a very long time. That helps him with his accuracy. It is what it is. Did Devin, pull his right hand down when he jabbed? Yes. Did Floyd Mayweather come out and say that Devin should have kept his right hand glued to his chin? He said that. But if you look at Mayweather's fights, he also does not keep his right hand up when he jabs. He also does not. So it happens, right? Professional boxers don't, especially elite professional boxers who have a lot of experience and great reflexes, have built and honed their body to be very reflexive and to be very, very, attuned to, what may come, right? They have great instincts. A lot of the time, they don't keep their hands up. I mean, that's what happens in sport. Like when you are an advanced level fighter, you don't always keep your hands up. And sometimes you're in the high guard most of the fight. Sometimes you have the capability to change it up, to switch it up. Queen Mother Shaquila, how you doing? Grand rising to you. This 77 or 722 says that's exactly why the fighting on BLK Prime. No promoter. What's why he's fighting on BLK Prime? Okay, let's talk about BLK Prime, y'all. What's wrong with BLK Prime? Now, I heard about some issues with people not getting their money back and all this, that, and the third, but I also heard that I don't know nothing about that. But, what's wrong with fighting on BLK Prime? If BLK Prime has to clean up some shit, they got to clean it up, right? They got to clean it up. There's nothing wrong fighting on BLK Prime, though, because, BLK Prime is a platform. And yes, these promoters don't want to work with Devin because Devin does not want to sign with them in 360 deals. If Devin were willing to sign with the promoter, they will snatch him up hot quick. But they don't fuck with him because Devin does not want to sign with them. They're tired of just partnering with him and him being able to go and understand what the numbers are and being an actual promoter of the fight that he fights in. Yeah. Just because these promoters don't want to work with them does not mean that there's something wrong with Devin. It just means that these corrupt promoters are greedy and they want to have their way with these fighters. They want to control what the fighters do. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to have power of attorney over their fighters like Eddie Hearn has over a grown-ass Anthony Joshua. Why does Anthony Joshua need Eddie Hearn to be his power of attorney? This is what happens when you have promoters. See, there's something wrong with the promoters. There's nothing wrong with Devin. Say what you will about it. Now, there's nothing wrong. And by the way, for what I understand, according to people close to Devin Haney, like, BFTB and Blue Blood. Blue Blood is actually a co-founder of BLK Prime, right? Devin is partnering with them, whether he fights on their platform or not. Because Devin does essentially need his own platform in order for his promotional company to have any leverage, right? And if he fights on BLK Prime, there are fights that have been on BLK Prime that don't look like low budget. That David Evanesian versus Terrence Crawford fight was very well produced. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look cheap. It didn't look like, they weren't. It didn't look like it didn't look like that goddamn. It didn't look like the goddamn what's his name? Tim Tszyu versus Bachram fight, which was a PBC production, by the way. That shit looked cheap than a motherfucker. They didn't even come out to music. So you tell me, is BLK Prime janky or is PBC janky? They both could be janky. It is what it is, right? But with someone like Devin tied to it, it gives it a little bit more, notoriety, gives it a little bit more, traction. Whether people hate Devin or not. Okay, somebody said BLK Prime is jankier. Yet Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach press conference looked like it was filmed with a Samsung Galaxy S10. And they don't listen. Tank don't even want to fight anymore, right? He's getting frustrated. He's tired. He's acting out, lashing out, crashing out because the PBC is not doing what he believes they should be doing for him, right? But see, BLK Prime is an infant, right? It's in its infancy, right? And it's not going to have the backing of these other promotional companies, right? Look at Top Rank. Bob Arum had to steal Top Rank from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali started Top Rank, right? None of these motherfuckers built that shit on their own. Eddie Hearn did not build Matchroom, right? Frank Warren, he built Queensberry, but it took him a long ass time. It takes a while, right? These people need time to build their shit, right? Bob Arum didn't build shit. He milked it. Eddie Hearn didn't build anything. He milked it. And, the owner of PBC is not even a promoter. He's an advisor, right? Al Heyman. Al Heyman is not a promoter. So technically, PBC isn't really a promotional company, right? So, you have to think about it. If BLK Prime is partnering with Devin Haney, they have a chance to build something from the ground up and do it in the way they choose to do it. And they can work with Turki Al-Sheikh. They can work with other, platforms and other, things like that to make fights happen, right? They have a lot more flexibility. Joseph Jackson says that press conference looked like a Tubi movie. Exactly. It was this rundown and whack as fuck. But Tank Davis is the face of boxing. Tank Davis, the face of boxing, right? So y'all call him. Can't even get a well-produced press conference. And when he fought Frank Martin, he didn't even show up to the grand arrivals, right? He was bitching about the promotion then. So let's put things in perspective, shall we? Dev never fought a puncher. He have a glass chin. Okay, here goes. He never fought a puncher. All right. Then what was Regis Prograis? Regis Prograis was a puncher. And I'm gonna leave that there. And he was as hooked the ass of Regis Prograis. Ryan Garcia is a puncher. He fought Ryan Garcia. So what are we talking about? Did Ryan Garcia drop him 3 times? Yeah, but he couldn't knock him out. And Ryan Garcia is a hell of a puncher, right? A hell of a performance enhanced puncher. So, and he could knock Devin out. In every round that Devin did not get knocked down, he beat Ryan Garcia in those rounds. There goes another puncher that he fought. And if you want to get technical, Devin Haney did fight Tank Davis in a sparring match, in a doghouse rules sparring match, which is not a training sparring match. It is a fight. And he whooped Tank's ass, made him quit. So there you go. There's another puncher. But who's counting? B-Dog says, if Bud didn't help them out, help them take off, I don't see how Devin Haney will. Well, because Terrence Crawford did not partner with BLK Prime. He signed up to have a fight with BLK Prime on their platform. Devin Haney is partnering with BLK Prime. So, they're doing 2 different things. It's not the same shit. With headgear, without headgear, who gives a fuck, right? Since when was the chin on the head? There was no chin covering on that headgear. And Tank Davis gave Devin Haney a smooth uppercut. And even without the headgear, Tank quit. How was Devin able to make Tank quit with big ass gloves and headgear? Tell me how that works. Tank Davis gave Devin Haney multiple smooth ass uppercuts, using his whole body, springing off the ground, and Devin was barely phased. Okay? So this nonsense about headgear, it kills me. It kills me. Y'all, you get hit more with headgear than without. Because headgear makes a bigger target for you. Big ass gloves helps you land more because it has a much larger surface area. Without headgear, you get hit less, and you're more inclined to not want to get hit because you know that you're not being protected by headgear. I know this for a fact because I have sparred with and without headgear. I prefer to spar without headgear because I get hit less when I spar without headgear. When I spar with just my head, I get hit less. You know what I'm saying? I have more, my peripheral vision is better. I can see things coming more without that headgear. The headgear, in my mind, is a huge disadvantage. I'd rather spar without it. So this nonsense about headgear is just an excuse. Oh yeah, Young Beast is a troll. Yeah, for sure. Same way he mad Shakur quit. Yeah, Shakur quit. He literally quit. What are you talking about? Why are you putting quit in parentheses or in quotations when Shakur clearly said he was done? What are you talking about? He quit. Not in the same fashion Tank quit. Tank quit because he was getting binked on too much. Shakur quit because he was gassed out. But he quit. He said, y'all heard him, right? I don't understand what y'all are talking about. Y'all are making my points for me. Thank you. It's all excuses. Oh, the headgear. You get hit more with headgear. Period. I know. I get, when I have headgear on, I'm more inclined to get hit. I don't like headgear. I think it's a horrible tool for training. I don't think headgear is good at all. I don't think it's good at all. Just like I don't think shin guards are good when you're sparring in Muay Thai, but a lot of Muay Thai gyms require shin guards. I don't like sparring with shin guards. I like to be conditioned. So instead of using shin guards, don't kick as hard. Control your kicks. Kick at 25%. You're doing it to be technical. You want to feel that shin against that check. When someone checks your kick, you want to feel that. You want to know what it feels like, so that if you get in a real fight or if you go and compete, you're not going to use shin guards. Well, you need to know what that feels like. You need to condition your shins. I don't like that. I don't like shin guards. I don't like headgear. You know what I'm saying? I don't like elbow pads when you're elbowing in Muay Thai. All you got to do is go lighter. But you go lighter, you're still going to feel that elbow. You still might get cut. It's part of the game. Queen Sistar Cameron, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Young B says, just cause I don't agree with a peron, or whatever a peron is, don't make you a troll. We all entitled to our opinions. These are facts. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, including trolls. B-Dog say he watched that sparring video. The fans would lead you to believe that he dogged Shakur. He dogged Tank for sure. It wasn't that for real. Okay, that is a very convincing argument. It wasn't that for real. Yeah, that's hey. I'm glad you explained in such great detail how he didn't dog Shakur and Tank. Thank you for, yeah, I'm convinced now. No, he definitely dogged Tank. Tank was turning his back on Devin in the middle of a round. You're supposed to be on guard at all times. He's turning his back on Devin because he got tired of getting whooped on. And Devin, I mean, he caught him from behind. I mean, you have to understand that you're in the middle of fucking a round and no one said stop. You're just walking away. Listen, the bottom dog Tank, and Devin did great work with Shakur. He didn't dog walk Shakur. I don't think they ever dog house rules sparred. I don't think that was what it was. He was doing good work with Shakur. Shakur quit. Not necessarily because Shakur was getting dogged by Devin, but because he don't have the gas Devin got. Devin got a hell of a gas tank. Yes, Joseph Jackson. He lost that bet. Now, apparently they had 2 sparring matches, 2 doghouse rule matches, where Tank allegedly got. What are you gonna do? B-Dog said he wasn't even with Floyd. He didn't. Even with Floyd grabbing whose arm? Yeah, Tank got off on Devin for like for the entire 29 minutes. Tank had a good 1.5 minute to work. And Floyd never grabbed Tank. I don't see this. Y'all be lying. Y'all are liars. Floyd never grabbed Tank. He never grabbed him and like pulled him back, and Devin got off on him. You guys, you need to knock it off. I watched that sparring too. Floyd did not grab goddamn Tank. All right, he might have touched his arm, but he did not grab him. Floyd was trying to encourage Tank to put on the pressure. Like, hey, go at him. He wasn't pulling on him. Y'all are some fucking liars, man. Y'all be lying. Y'all be lying for no goddamn reason. No reason to lie like that. Floyd, you see, just like y'all say that Devin was out on his feet and Adrian Broner had to go in and save his life. That was a lie as well. That was a lie. Tank got off a couple times, and you know, AB wanted it to be over so that he can collect the money that he was going to lose. So he jumped his happy ass in there and tried to act like Devin was in trouble, and Bill Haney told his ass get out of there. Y'all be lying. Y'all lie. Yeah, I love Devin. I don't know Devin like that. But I have mad respect for Devin because of what he tries to do in the sport of boxing. He tries to fight the best. You know, he's going for legacy. He wants to fight the best fights. He wants to fight the most challenging fights. Kind of like a David Benavidez. I have the same level of respect for David Benavidez as I do for Devin. Yeah, so I put Devin above a lot of guys in the sport of boxing because of just his sheer will and his sheer heart. Yeah. Love, well, here's one thing about love. Love is a serotonin release in the brain. This thing they call love is just chemical, right? It's, you know, serotonin getting released. It's endorphins getting released because somebody made you feel good. You know, it is what it is. Y'all want to call it love. I call it an appreciation for this young man's love for the sport, trying to bring the best fights. But y'all hate him. Y'all hate him because Tank is not doing the same thing. Or whoever your favorite fighter is. Y'all love Tank. That's what you need to look at. Y'all have pair bonded to Tank. Y'all pair bonded. And it's okay. Y'all can love Tank all you want. It is what it is. Tommy Dukes says, I must be LDBC. You see, this is what is known as a fallacy. Tommy Dukes calls me a member of the LDBC because I appreciate Devin as a fighter. No, I'm not part of the LDBC, just so you know. I am not an LDBC member. I am an individual who does his own thing. I support the LDBC members. I support, you know what I'm saying? I'm a moderator for multiple guys from the LDBC, but I'm not LDBC myself. I would never be a part of the LDBC. You know, it's just not something, you know, they have not approached me to be part of LDBC. This is not even a boxing channel, y'all. This is a channel where I speak, you know, this is a freedom forward channel. And I like boxing, so I like to talk about boxing issues. Going back years. I've been talking about boxing for years before I even knew who the LDBC was. And I supported Devin before I even knew who the LDBC was, because I already recognized that Devin was one of them. You understand? Oh yeah, Joseph Jackson says you gotta hate Devin if you skip over PEDs. Exactly. Now that's the issue. I have to be an LDBC member. So are y'all saying that the LDBC are the only people that support Devin? that appreciate Devin, that cover Devin in a positive light. Just because, you see, I like to debunk bullshit when I hear it. And when they spread bullshit about Devin Haney, I feel like there's all the voices out there. Devin haters, the Devin hate squad, has more subscribers than the Devin support squad. So there are a lot of voices that speak out against Devin Haney and spread bullshit in the sport of boxing. So as a channel who reaches some people, I also like to debunk the bullshit. That's why I've debunked boxing no-goes bullshit. Boxing, y'all like to call it boxing ego. That's why I've debunked the lies from Marty Manager and others. Because, yeah, there are, it does not just need to be the LDBC that goes and speaks out for Devin. Cameron Field says, I'll ever support DHP. Man down. Bronze Bomber, because they have given me the fight. Exactly. And I do those things for the same reason. I was always a supporter of Errol Spence before I knew who LDBC was. I didn't even know who LDBC was. I mean, I knew what LDBC was because I was, by the time Errol Spence fought Terrence Crawford, I was watching 7-8, but that was the only one. I mean, I knew that he had this thing called LDBC, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know who the members were, you know, or whatever it is. Like, but I was always, so it is what it is. Tommy Dude says Ryan passed for. Here we go with this bullshit. Here we go with the Ryan Garcia passed for test in February. So what? Y'all are taking talking points from people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about or who are lying about how PED usage works. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an old talking point. I can't believe people are still using it. Ryan took stuff from weight cutting. Okay, that's a talking point you got from probably Andre, son of Goof Ward. You see, this is why I don't like Andre Ward. That's why it's fucking Andre Ward, because he's helping spread the bullshit. Ryan Garcia was not interested in cutting weight. Let me tell y'all that right now. I'm going to say it again. Ryan Garcia was not interested in cutting weight. He only cut weight so that he can get under the 5-pound limit that the New York State Athletic Commission has before they call a fight off. Under 5 pounds is up to the opponent. He got down to 3 pounds over the weight. And that's all he wanted to do. Now, the reason the PED showed up on the day after and the day before is because Ryan Garcia had to cut some weight. And that's how it got flushed out of his system and shown in his urine. Okay? Because he had to reduce some fat cells, right? He had to lose some fat. And sometimes those PEDs, you know, the remnants of them, they are stored in the fat. And when your body sheds that fat, it comes out in the urine in other places. That's why Ryan Garcia got caught on those days. Now, the 4 you're talking about in February, well, there are ways to mask the test. There are ways to mask it, particularly by the use of IVs. IVs, that's why they're illegal. That's why you're not allowed to use them in the state of New York. The New York State Athletic Commission prohibits IV usage, but Ryan Garcia used them because you can use IV to mask and to flush whatever you're using. Okay? And not only that, you know, Ryan Garcia was using marijuana. Marijuana is a masking agent for a lot of PEDs. It masks a lot of PED usage. Ryan Garcia was trying his damnedest in the last week before the fight to mask the shit out of his PED usage by drinking alcohol, using marijuana, all this shit. And then it just didn't work out because like I said, a lot of the remnants of the PEDs are stored in the fat. So when he had to shed some fat, it came out. Bottom line to it, that is why. Also, the talking point of it was only this much of a gram, blah, blah, blah. Well, that is not an indication of exactly how much he used. That is how much you found in the waste. That's how much the body wasted after it used what it was able to use. It uses some, it wastes some. All right. So there's that. So that takes care of your bullshit ass talking points. That takes care of that. Tommy Duke says, "Oh, come on with the witch hunt. What the hell are you talking about?" Ryan Garcia was not microdosing. You don't know what the hell Ryan Garcia was doing. Now this guy knows what Ryan Garcia was doing. You have no idea what Ryan Garcia was doing. You don't know if he was microdosing, mini dosing, major dosing, kilo dosing. You don't know what the fuck he was doing. Nano dosing. You don't know. You have no idea what Ryan Garcia was doing. Many people won't, but we do know what he did by what he showed us. He showed us that he was using IVs. He showed us that he disappeared for 9 hours after the weigh-in when he was supposed to get tested right after. He disappeared for 9 hours, probably to use an IV to try to help mask the performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, come on with the witch hunt, right? The same witch hunt that y'all have launched against Devin Haney and Vada and Victor Conti. So y'all can witch hunt, but we can't. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are full of shit. I love that y'all came in here though, because I can make y'all look like numbskulls. You really have no idea what you're talking about. Tommy Duke says BFTB and blue blood narratives. No, these are my own. These are my own observations. These are things that I've been saying before blue blood and BFTB were talking about it, because I was doing the research. I know about PEDs. I know about PED usage. I have been, watching certain bodybuilder channels on YouTube because I find it interesting. Because, there are a lot of bodybuilders out there that push PED usage. You know what I'm saying? And I know the protocols, a lot of the PEDs. I know that with certain PEDs, what you can mask them with. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I knew. I don't need BFTB and blue blood for talking points. I have my own. 7-8 Sports tell you that. No. 7-8 Sports TV blocked me. Nope, he don't tell me shit. 7-8 blocked two of my channels. So now what? What you guys say about that? Matter of fact, you can go watch a previous live stream that I did about why 7-8 blocked me. I don't communicate with 7-8. I don't communicate with any of these guys outside of their YouTube channels, except for Drew Titan, because Drew Titan wants to do a show with me on his other platform that has nothing to do with boxing. He wants to collaborate. He wants me on his panel for a whole nother channel, and it ain't got. Okay, so Tommy Duke says, Joseph, you have no facts Ryan was microdosing either. Well, according to the levels found in Ryan Garcia's urine, it would be safe to assume that he was microdosing. Yeah. Because see, you can microdose and you can build up the level of that performance enhancing drug in your body by microdosing over a period of time. This will help accumulate the product of the performance enhancing drugs in your body. right? Like you can use there's certain like beta alanine. Beta alanine is not a banned performance enhancing drug, but it is a performance enhancing substance. What it does is it helps reduce the level of lactic acid that builds up in your joints when you do a long duration of work, right? Like if you're running for a long time, or if you're doing a long-term cardio session, you know that lactic acid builds up. Well, beta alanine helps reduce or eliminate that lactic acid buildup so that you can go for longer. And it has actually helped people improve their performance by like 1%. So like a sprinter or a long distance runner or a 400 meter runner, 400 meter sprinter, they were able to get like a 1% increase in their performance using beta alanine. Now you can use beta alanine for a period of time and it builds up in your system, and you can reduce the amount you use after that. So you can use a certain amount. I forgot exactly what that amount is. It'll build up, and then at some point there is a diminishing return. So you only need to use it for a period of time, and you can cycle off and cycle back on. Many non-banned substances work the same way. So you don't have to use a lot of beta alanine at once. You can use a little bit at a time, because for some people, beta alanine causes paresthesis. Paresthesis is that itchy feeling you get. So you take beta alanine, it happens for me. If I take beta alanine, it'll give me that itchy sensation across my skin and all that. Some people don't like it, some people do. You can reduce that level of paresthesis if you take less beta alanine, and you just take small doses of beta alanine every day, and at some point you lose that sensation because your body's used to it, and you can completely stop using beta alanine for a while. Same thing with NMN. NMN the same way. You can use NMN, it builds up in your system, it helps improve your cardiovascular system as well, and you can stop taking it after a while. So y'all have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, Tommy Dukes is full of shit. Dev versus Boots, who I got? Right now, I got Boots. If Dev fought Boots right now, yeah, Dev will not win. I don't think. I think Boots beat Devin right now, but I think it'd be a good fight. I think it'd be a good fight. You know, I think Devin, if Boots stays at 147 and tries to get undisputed, and Devin moves up to 147 and fights a few people, you know, maybe fights Conor Ben, maybe fights, you know, there are a number of fighters he can go up there and fight to prepare for a Boots. But I think that Boots needs to get in the ring with Brian Norman. Brian Norman and Boots needs to get it in. Now, what Boots does with Brian Norman will help me understand how much, what would happen against Devin and Boots. But right now, if Devin fought Boots right now, I think Boots would win. No, you know, Young Beast, a lot of fighters cut weight. There were only a few fighters that I know of that damn near died. Devin was not one of them. Regis Prograis, probably, he felt like he was about to die. Who else was that? Virgil Ortiz. He literally almost died trying to cut weight to 147. That's why he's at 154. You know, but you know, it happens. You cut weight, and it does not only happen in boxing. It happens in a lot of sports. It happens in a lot of sports because people think they perform better at a smaller weight. You know, but it is what it is. I mean, Tank Davis had to cut weight for this fight. Last time he weighed 149 pounds. He's not far off, but he had to cut weight. So that means that Tank Davis is not walking around at 135 pounds like y'all making it seem like. He's not. Tank Davis is not walking around at 135. Tank Davis is also cutting weight. So, you know, you guys are funny when y'all pick and choose what y'all want to work for who. Tommy Duke says, Devin Haney ducked Sandor Martin. No, he did not. All right. Let's say that. See, I also did a live stream about where I mentioned that. I mentioned that Devin Haney, because you know y'all like to say Devin Haney ducked Sandor Martin, that he ducked this guy, ducked that guy. Okay. He ducked Sandor Martin for a good reason. All right, now what you got? It was a good duck. Devin Haney ducked Sandor Martin because he was not about to take the low ball offer. He was not about to do it. Simple as that. Y'all say Devin Haney ducked T.O. It was a wise duck. Now what you got? I'm going to take your word. I'm going to co-opt it. And I'm going to turn it into a positive for Devin Haney. Devin Haney ducked Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo ducked him and then tried to turn around and get Top Rank to make Devin an offer that was lower, right, than what Devin offered T.O. to fight him on a Riyadh season card, for Riyadh season. So Turki Al-Sheikh had a bag for T.O. to fight Devin. T.O. turned it down, and then he went to Bob Arum to try to save face and make Dev look like the duck because he knew good goddamn well Dev was not about to accept that offer. So if y'all want to say that Devin ducked Teofimo Lopez, okay, he did. Now what? Now what? Devin wisely ducked T.O. Devin wisely ducked Sandor. Now what you got? Now, when Shakur ducked Devin, that was stupid of Shakur. When T.O. ducked Devin, it was because he was scared of Devin. He felt like he wasn't ready. When Ryan Garcia ducked Devin, it was because he wanted to be able to use performance-enhancing drugs because he knew he would not beat Devin. You see the difference? When Take ducked Devin, it was because he knew Devin would work his ass over and that Devin was not worried about his power and that Devin would outwork him and outland him and outbox him. See how that works? See, people duck for different reasons. Devin ducked for great reasons. These other guys duck because they're stupid, they're scared, they feel like they're not ready. And if T.O. thinks he's not ready for Devin, that's probably a wise duck. So I can even give a good duck to T.O. But then when he turned around and tried to do that underhanded shit by having Top Rank offer Devin a low ball offer, that put T.O. back in the fuck a duck column. So now T.O. clearly ducked Devin because he's scared. All right, so let's make that happen. Yeah, so let's call Devin is a duck. Okay, how about that? Devin is a weight bully. Dewan the Only says Devin is a weight bully. What's Tank then? Because Tank Davis is pulling up Lamont Roach to fight him at 135. Why not go down to 130 and fight Lamont Roach? Why pull some guy up from 130 to fight him? So anybody that loses weight to anybody that cuts to meet the weight is a weight bully then. How about that? Everybody rehydrates after they cut weight and gets on the scales for the official weigh-in. Okay. Everybody's a weight bully. If Devin's a weight bully, anybody that cuts weight and rehydrates and fights heavier on fight night is a weight bully. It's just, you know, how much weight did you gain? Do y'all call David Benavidez a weight bully? David Benavidez is 6'2" and fights at 75 pounds now. He could easily fight as a cruiserweight or a heavyweight. Do y'all call David Benavidez a weight bully? No, it's not a weight bully. If you meet your contracted weight, you're not a weight bully. Ryan Garcia did not meet his contracted weight against Devin Haney. So, and then, you know, he did not go all the way down to 140 pounds. And then he rehydrated to damn near 180. So who would be the weight bully in that scenario? Y'all not calling Ryan Garcia a weight bully? Matter of fact, didn't Tank miss weight quite a few times? Didn't he lose his belts on the scale? Didn't Shakur in his last fight at 130 pounds? He lost his weight. He lost his belts on the scale. That's why he moved up to 135 pounds. He was no longer a champion at 130 pounds. Y'all gonna call them weight bullies? Exactly. Joseph Jackson. Devin, here we go with the Victor Conte narrative again. Y'all kill me, man. Y'all kill me with this Victor Conte shit. So what? So what if Devin worked with Victor Conte? When did Devin Haney pop dirty for PEDs? Y'all tell me when. When did Terrence Crawford pop dirty for PEDs? When did Clarissa Shields pop dirty for PEDs? What was it? What was it? When did they pop dirty? When did any snack fighter, any fighters on the snack program, when did they pop dirty for PEDs? Now, I'm not talking about recreational drugs. I'm talking about PEDs. I'm not talking about cocaine, marijuana, heroin. I'm not talking about those things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about performance enhancing drugs. When did they pop dirty? Tommy Dukes comes up with an arbitrary rehydration weight. He says rehydrating 10 pounds or so is fine. What makes it fine? What is the threshold? Like how much weight do you have to gain before you're a weight bully? Exactly, Joseph Jackson. Dev bullied the little men. LOL, he was really 155 pound, 54 pounder. But Dev met his contracted weight. He fought at 135 for most of his career. He only fought two fights outside of 135 in his professional career. He always met his contracted weight. If you meet your contracted weight and you rehydrate, everybody has an opportunity to rehydrate to whatever they want, unless you're in the IBF. Unless your only belt is the IBF belt, and you are defending your belt, are you only then not able to rehydrate over 10 pounds? Everybody else has an opportunity to rehydrate to whatever they want. Because see, y'all saying that he bullied little men because they're not as tall as him, right? They're not as tall as him. Well, there is no height requirement in boxing divisions. In weight divisions, there are no height requirements, right? Mike Tyson was 5'9", 5'10", fought as a heavyweight. Do y'all call heavyweights weight bullies? When Deontay Wilder fights at heavyweight. He weighs 214, 220 pounds. He routinely fought people that weighed 260, 280, 245. Most of the people he fought weighed more than him. Were they weight bullies? At what point is it not weight bullying? Because you have to apply that same logic across every weight division. Simply because a man weighs more than another man that he's fighting does not mean he's a weight bully. See, these are talking points y'all get from South Sucker, knockoff pity pat, boxing no-go. These are talking points y'all get from them. But if you are meeting your contracted weight requirements and you're good, you rehydrate to whatever you want. I don't understand. Y'all need to really stop. Y'all need to quit whining about the weight bully stuff, because it's not really a thing. There is no weight bullying unless you do not meet your contracted weight. If you come in over your contracted weight and you then rehydrate, you're a weight bully because you did not do the grueling work to meet the contracted weight like the other fighter did. That is the only time I'll say, okay, yeah, there was weight bullying involved. So y'all are really desperate with these. I mean, y'all talking about I'm using other people's talking points. Y'all really are. I can hold my own. I can handle my own when I'm up here driving, spitting off the top of the dome, addressing you people. I don't need other people's talking points. Just because me and somebody else agree and we use the same words, right? It's the English language. Y'all want me to make up my own words? Y'all want me to create my own language? Maybe if I say it in Klingon, y'all would think that I'm not using somebody else's talking points. Just because I'm using the same words as somebody else. Because this is the English language, right? Did we not agree? Right? We all learned English in high school or in school. We learned English growing up. So yes, we're going to use the same words. So this idea that, oh, you took my talking point. Oh, you used my words. No, they're not your fucking words. No one is making up their own words, right? Even with certain dialects, Ebonics, Creole, all those things. Everybody that speaks Creole, everybody that speaks Ebonics use the same words, even if it's a variation of English. So if you create a slang word like cap, right? I don't like the word cap, but everybody uses that word. No one says anything about anybody taking a talking point when they use the word cap. So that you took somebody talking point shit don't work with me. The reason I know that you guys did it is because you say the exact same things. That's why Joseph Jackson says copy and paste. Because you're using the exact same words. Right? Because it feels arbitrary when y'all throw those terms out there. When y'all throw out, when you talk about the micro dosing and all this, that, you don't really believe that. You're just, you just like the person that said it, and so you're going to repeat it. Y'all going to repeat the shit that y'all favorite YouTuber said. You know what I'm saying? But y'all didn't do your own research. I did when this whole thing started. I did research. When the hair follicle test thing came out, I did the research about that. I know that when it comes to hair follicle testing, outside of a research lab, no one ever tested positive using a hair follicle for a SARM at all. It does not show up in the hair follicle test. Now the metabolites might show up. The metabolites for that performance enhancing drug might show up, but it can't definitively say that that you did or did not use that performance enhancing drug. I did my own research in the hair follicle testing. The only way they found that was through extensive research under controlled conditions in a laboratory where they're able to find a SARM in the hair follicle. But they'll take that part and they'll say, oh, you can detect SARMs in a hair follicle. But they have only been able to do that under controlled conditions in the lab. They have never been able to find that in an actual drug test. They never found it. So they don't allow it to be used. They don't, hair follicle testing is not what is the deciding factor, because SARMs cannot be detected outside of research conditions in a hair follicle. John BX was good. Calling out man for a fight with an order of protection against him. Oh, John. How order of protection? Who gave the order of protection? You talking about Ryan Garcia, right? Well, they're in London. They were in London. There is no order. That shit does not apply in London. And number two, how does that stop you from fighting? If you are the person that got the protection order, you can remove the protection order and fight Devin Haney. And just the fact that Ryan Garcia had to get a protection order against Devin Haney is the ultimate duck move. So you guys are not helping. You guys are not helping. You guys are making Ryan Garcia look worse. You guys are really, literally making Ryan Garcia look worse by saying, well, Ryan Garcia had an order of protection against Devin Haney. So come on, man. He can drop that. He can drop that, and we know it's bullshit. We know that the lawsuit Ryan pulled against Devin Haney is bullshit. We know that's why Ryan Garcia is trying to get them to drop the lawsuit. Listen, the bottom line is Ryan Garcia ducked because he's a pussy, period. Y'all big mad up in here. Y'all big mad up here. You got people who feel Ryan cheated, and you got people who feel like Dev did something. No, there are people that know Ryan cheated, and then there are people that believe Devin did something because they want to deflect from the fact that Ryan Garcia cheated. No, we know for a fact Ryan Garcia cheated. He admitted to it. John BX says he can but refuses. What does that say? Are you talking about Ryan Garcia can drop their lawsuit but refuses? Yeah, we know that. Because Ryan Garcia does not want to rematch Devin, but y'all constantly tell Devin to get it back in blood. Fuck that shit. Y'all wilding out here. Joseph Jackson says he faked 5 tests. You talking about feelings. Exactly. Yeah, he failed. Yes. He failed 4 tests with Vada, and he failed for 1. Actually, I think it was 6 total. I think he had 2 tests with New York State Athletic Commission. New York State Athletic Commission failed him, and Vada failed him. But yeah, he talking about failing, exactly. No, we know Ryan Garcia cheated. Y'all feel Dev did something because y'all want Dev to fail. Y'all want Dev to fail, but you can't prove he did. Because he didn't. ABC Undisputed asks, who you got, Canelo or Crawford? I got Canelo. I want Crawford to win, but I think Canelo's gonna whoop on him. I think Canelo. See, again, y'all, I talked about this before, but Canelo's gonna have every advantage, and that's going to mean a lot in this fight, right? It's gonna mean a lot. Ring size, you know, the contracted weight. There are, you know, the money, right? There will be a great many advantages to Canelo. And the reason I believe that Terrence Crawford will not win is because Terrence Crawford has 0 fights at 168. Canelo has many. Canelo was undisputed at 168. Even though he didn't fight David Benavidez, he ducked the shit out of him. But listen, Canelo is used to getting hit and getting, you know what I'm saying? He's used to the pressure at 168. Crawford is not, right? And after I saw that Majimov fight, that ultimately convinced me that, yeah, he should not go up another 14 pounds to fight Canelo. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Young B says, if he sued, the truth will come out. What truth? Y'all are really in fantasy land. I think y'all are in fantasy land. That's what I think. I think y'all really want to believe that Ryan Garcia didn't cheat. Y'all want to believe that Ryan Garcia is somehow innocent, even though he pled guilty, even though he admitted it, right? Even though there are multiple drug tests that said he's dirty. It's a dirty world. Okay. And Ryan Garcia's a dirty motherfucker in a dirty world. Bada boom, bada bing. Vic say he can put PEDs in your toothpaste. So what? And what does that mean? So what he said that? I mean, he did help a lot of people use performance-enhancing drugs and get away with it during the Balcos situation. But then guess what? He ended up getting caught. He got caught. As much as he was able to mask a lot of it, eventually it came out. Exactly, Joseph Jackson, conspiracy theorist. Vic got caught. That's why you guys are using his past against him. Dewan says Ryan shouldn't have had anything foul in his system, but why is there a but? There should be no but. Did you not hear Victor Conte state that he can get, oh my God. He did, and he got caught. Victor Conte got caught doing everything that you said he can do. So clearly, there is a limit to what a human being can do, right? There's only so much a human being can get away with before it comes to light. This has not occurred. So just because Victor Conte said he can, doesn't mean that he's still doing it. See, y'all are fallacious than a motherfucker. And what does that have to do? Oh, so now we're spamming. Okay. I don't allow spamming in my chat, just so you know. Spamming is not free speech. So if you keep repeating the same shit, we're going to have to rectify that. We don't spam. I don't care. So what if Victor? What is recent to y'all? Y'all are hilarious. So I don't care what Victor Conte said. I don't care. Devin's not working with Victor Conte. Not that it would matter. Devin was not on the snack program when he fought Ryan Garcia. Victor Conte does not work with or own VADA. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Victor Conte said. I don't care about none of that. Y'all care because y'all need to pull a rabbit out of a hat to try to convince people that Ryan Garcia should not be punished for being a performance-enhancing drug user. Y'all want to excuse his ducking behavior. So you guys will use any narrative that you can. And it doesn't matter. These are fallacious arguments you guys are spitting right now. These are all fallacies. Particularly the one about Victor Conte that you guys are using is known as an ad hominem. It's an ad hominem. And the things you're saying about Victor Conte bears no relevance in Ryan Garcia being a drug cheat and being a duck. Like, that has nothing to do with this. So are you guys saying that Ryan Garcia should get away with being a performance-enhancing drug user because Victor Conte said a sentence? Is that what we're saying? Y'all are really something else. ABC Undisputed said, what are we going to say when Haney loses to the next star he faces? If he loses, we're going to say, okay, brush yourself off and fight again. That's what I'm going to say. If he loses to any of those guys, he loses. And he can move on to the next fight. So what if he loses? It's boxing. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, all right, Dev, you tried your best and you lost. What else do you want me to say? I don't understand what y'all want us to say about when our the fighters we support lose. You know, y'all want us to stop supporting them? What do y'all see? Y'all are gonna. That's what y'all gonna do. That's why you ask these questions. Y'all ask us what we're gonna do when Devin loses, when Deontay loses, when Errol loses, when all these guys lose that we support them. Y'all ask that because y'all know that if Tank loses, if Shakur loses, then y'all gonna leave him in the dust. Y'all gonna leave him. Y'all gonna stop supporting him. Y'all gonna turn on him. Y'all gonna shit on him. That's what y'all gonna do. So you ask us what we're gonna do because you're projecting what you're gonna do on us. Well, if Devin loses to any of those guys, I'm still gonna support him. Ain't it hilarious, Joe Jackson? We ain't care because we heard Ryan was clean until, oh my. Now, I'm going to say something, right? I'm going to mention something that other YouTubers have mentioned. And y'all can say that whatever y'all want about that. But other YouTubers have said the same thing. Because it's a fact, right? This is a fact. Ryan Garcia only tested for 2 fights. He only got tested in 2 fights. One against Tank Davis and the other against Devin Haney. And the one against Tank Davis, well, he had a lot more strict contract. He had a rehydration clause, right? He had this, he had that. So Ryan Garcia did not have a lot of leeway in that fight. So I believe that he had to cycle off. You heard me say I believe, right? I believe he had to cycle off for the Tank fight and was unable to use performance-enhancing drugs for that because of all the parameters that he had. And the reason I believe that outside of that, Ryan Garcia was a drug cheat is because he got caught against Devin Haney and he was never tested before. Once you get caught using performance-enhancing drugs, I have to question every fight. I have to question it. And I choose to believe that Ryan Garcia is a drug cheat outside of the Devin Haney fight. Big Maniac MX says, Ryan a duck. These are facts. Joseph Jack says he tests dirty a day before and the day of the fight. The hate is that. I mean, listen, man. Yeah, y'all can believe what you want. It is what it is. Like I don't really care. But the fact is, Ryan Garcia's a duck. They tried to make the fight happen again. Ryan Garcia has the protection order. Ryan Garcia refused. He's a duck. It is what it is. Now they can move on. I'm glad, because I didn't want them to fight Ryan Garcia anyway. So they can move on. Ryan Garcia does not get another payday from Devin. And Tank Davis can want $150 million to fight Ryan Garcia. Tank Davis is a clown. Just real shit. Southwest Dice, these are facts. Ryan had to cheat to win. Bottom line to it. And when he could not cheat against Tank Davis, he lost. We saw what happened. Now, Tank Davis is upset because certain people weren't invited to London for the Ring Magazine awards. He was highly upset. And, you know, he also, before that, he went on a rant, you know, on his live. I forgot, I don't know what platform it was on. I don't follow Tank on any fucking platform. But, you know, I saw the video. He was clearly upset about people talking about him, and he was calling people gay and all this other shit. But, you know, the important thing is that he mentioned he wanted $150 million to fight Ryan Garcia again. And it's interesting because he can't give a price for a Devin Haney fight. He can give a price for the Ryan Garcia fight, but he can't give one for the Devin Haney fight. I find that very interesting because, you know, you have a lot of these people out there, including Knockoff Pity Pat, that wants you to believe that Devin Haney has to do certain things, that he has to jump through hoops, that he has to acquiesce to nothing, you know, that he has to humble himself and all this bullshit. Oh, he's disrespectful. Like, no one Tank has ever fought has done any of these things to fight Tank Davis. But Knockoff Pity Pat would have you believe that Devin has to talk to Al Heyman. Just so y'all know, Knockoff Pity Pat created that narrative. The narrative that you have to call Al Heyman to fight Tank Davis. Yeah, he created that. He created that narrative because Tank Davis said in the dark that they know who to call and they don't know who to call. So Knockoff Pity Pat, which is in his nature to do, took that, flipped it, molded it, shaped it to make it appear that Devin Haney would have to call Al Heyman to fight Tank Davis. Well, what happens to that narrative when the Haney team reaches out to Al Heyman and it still doesn't happen? And they tell him, well, when we're ready to fight you, we'll let you know. What happens to that narrative? Y'all think I'm lying? Knockoff Pity Pat said that himself on BFTB's channel. I remember that. He said that. Yeah. Because people were going at him about this call Al bullshit. Oh, let's call Al this, call Al that. Well, no one ever said that. No one on Tank's team said that anybody had to call Al to fight. Knockoff Pity Pat make that shit up. So that's where that narrative came from. That shit took off running. I appreciate you, Sister Cameron. Big Maniac MX says, Tank afraid of real competition. Riyadh got Canelo doing business. Yeah, exactly. So why can't Tank go to Riyadh and say, yo, I want $150 million to fight Devin. I want 150 to fight Devin. and also, is Tank trying to price himself out? Since when has Tank Davis ever gotten a guarantee over $10 million? When has Tank ever got a guarantee plus back end over $50 million? I'm talking about pay-per-view and guarantee. Over $50 million. When does that ever happen? First, he wanted 2 Ferraris to fight Devin, right? He told Turkey to send him 2 Ferraris. Then he wanted 3 Ferraris, and then now he wants 150 to fight Ryan Garcia. I really think Tank wants to fuck with Riyadh. I think Tank really wants to do business with Turki Al-Sheikh. He just can't appear that he is going to kowtow and, you know, get on his knees and go crawling to Turkey to get a good fight. Listen, this fight against Lamont Roach, that tells you everything. Tank Davis told y'all that he don't know how he got that fight with Lamont Roach. He don't even know how that happened. Y'all really got to pay attention. Tank is frustrated over there at PBC because they don't have a budget. They don't have a budget to put on the big fights. Not like that. They pick and choose what they want to spend their money on. They're not getting no money from Amazon. Right. No, Joseph Jackson, I don't even think he got a $6 million guarantee. I think he got a $5 million guarantee against Ryan. That was his highest guarantee. I don't remember what the guarantee was against Frank Martin, I tell you the truth. So I let me take that back. I have no idea. I don't remember. Big Maniac says, can't wait for a champ side to speak on this topic. Yeah, I can't either. I'm very interested to see what he got to say. A lot happened this weekend, y'all. A lot happened. Haney needs to fight Rolly for what? Why does he need to fight Rolly? Rolly is not even a champion. Is he even ranked anymore? After he got whooped on by Pitbull? What? I mean, what are y'all talking about? What do you mean that Haney needs to fight Rolly for what? What? Is Rolly even ranked? Y'all let me know. I agree, Big Maniac. I think the PBC money is funny. I'm not sure, but I you know, if you look at patterns and all that, Joseph Jackson said he got 3 something for Frank. Probably, I mean, yeah. Because even that was not. Listen, y'all. Tank didn't even do 400,000 against Frank Martin. He didn't even do 350. Devin did anywhere from 350 to 500 against Ryan Garcia. We don't really know. I mean, we don't know the real numbers. They're saying they're reporting about 300,000 for Tank versus Frank. So where is all this draw power that y'all talk about with Tank Davis? Doesn't what you draw depend on who you fight for anybody? So you can be a pay-per-view fighter and a pay-per-view draw, but you'll draw more depending on who you fight. Yes, Frank got 10 million on the back end. Who did 450? You don't know what Tank did. No one knows really who what the exact pay-per-view numbers are. That, you know, that's why I don't really concern myself with that. Like, why are y'all so concerned about pay-per-view numbers? Y'all will never know the exact numbers. You'll never know. You'll never know. Exactly, Cameron. No one, and we should. Like, I don't care about that. See, I only started caring about that when y'all started using that to excuse a duck. When y'all, I mean, listen, y'all tried to use numbers to say that Devin ducked Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson did all these free numbers, these free watches on ESPN Plus. Y'all tried to say, hell, even Shakur tried to say that he had greater market value because he did so many ESPN Plus views. And, you know, in reality, Shakur has that right to use that. I mean, it doesn't mean nothing. It means nothing. But Shakur can't use that. I mean, if he wants to use it, you know, he has better, he can use it for a little bit of leverage, but he'll never have the leverage Devin has because he has done 0 pay-per-views. Devin Haney has done pay-per-views 3 times. Wait, no, 4 times. Wait. I know he did. I think he did pay-per-view in Australia for Cambosis. But we won't count that because that was not worldwide pay-per-view. So, let's say Loma, Regis Prograis, and Tank Davis. He did 3, not Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. 3 pay-per-views, all with individuals who had never done pay-per-views before or after. That means that Devin Haney is a pay-per-view fighter. Here we go. On this ABC Undisputed, it says Loma won that. No, he did not. Loma got his ribs knocked into his lungs. Y'all, okay. Loma got his ass whooped. Loma got his ass whooped. Point blank period. Loma got his ass whooped. See, y'all think Loma won because y'all don't know how to score boxing. Y'all think it works like Muay Thai. Y'all don't know how to scoring works in Muay Thai either. Muay Thai, there's 5 rounds. The first 3 rounds are kind of like fill-out rounds, and the last 2 rounds are the ones that are really counted. And in Muay Thai, they count the kicks, the knees, and the elbows count higher than the punches. Y'all don't know that, though. Y'all don't know how the scoring in boxing works if you think Loma won. If you think Terrence Crawford won against Madrimov, you also do not know how scoring works. But it's okay. Joseph gave 6-4. 2 out of these scored unanimous. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If that's if y'all want to say Loma versus Dev was close enough to go either way, y'all, I'm not mad at that. But I had Devin 7-5, 8-4, 8-4. Just like I got Madrimov versus Crawford 9-3 to Madrimov. But y'all want to score based on the last thing you saw. That's fine. It's fine. 7-5, Dev. You watched 3 times. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at it. And that's okay. Loma lost. Loma lost and went to the hospital. It's okay. It is okay. We don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying? But I know why you say these guys won. It's because they showed up in the last 3 or 4 rounds and looked good. It took them 7, 8, 9 rounds to figure out their opponent, and then they start showing out. I get it. I get it. Y'all want to give it to the guy who showed out in the last 3 rounds. That's not how scoring really works. That's not how that works. Each round is scored individually and weighed against every other round, right? So you take the number of rounds the guys won, and you placed and you set them against each other. So if somebody wins the first 7 rounds, they won the fight. Period. And the other guy can win the last 5 rounds in dazzling fashion and more convincingly than the other guy did the first 7 rounds. Yes, you can win the last 5 rounds more convincingly than the other guy won the last 7 rounds. And guess what? The guy that won the first 7 rounds, he wins the fight. That's how that works. Sorry. That's how scoring in boxing works. In Muay Thai, the first 3 rounds don't really count. The last 2 do. So you really got to show out those last 2 rounds. That's how that works in that. It's different for different combat sports. In karate, scoring, you can't punch in the face. You can kick in the face, but you got to punch in the body. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling, that has a certain scoring system as well. But in boxing, every round is counted as an individual round. And at the end of the fight, if it goes the distance, each round is tallied. And whoever won the most rounds won the fight. That's how that works. But y'all don't like, y'all like the other way. Y'all like to look at highlight reels and look at the last 2 rounds, and it is what it is. That's why we have judges that are supposed to know these things. That's why fans at home don't determine who wins the fight. They don't ever have you guys send a text message to vote for your favorite fighter. You don't get to send in a text message to choose the fighter you think won. And that's going to count. That's why they have judges who are supposed to understand the scoring system. But y'all want it to be one way. But it's the other way. And it's okay. Yes, Big Maniac MX. Green Frank had Tank. I lumped up. Yes. Frank Martin did great until he didn't. And his inexperienced shown through. And when Tank found out that he can have Frank do whatever he wants him to do, it was over. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, KBG, they do love the flurries. Yes, they love Miss Flurries. That's why I don't understand why people think Oscar beat Floyd Mayweather, because he missed most of those shots. Like y'all, it's funny. When I watched that live. Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. I think it was 2007 or something like that. Yeah, I mean, Oscar De La Hoya was very aggressive and threw a lot of punches and threw a lot of haymakers and all this, that. And Floyd Mayweather was able to defend against 99.9% of those punches. But everybody thought Oscar won because Oscar would just go in there swinging, and y'all, and that's what got y'all excited. So y'all said Oscar won, but that's not how. Again, that's not how this works. Oscar didn't beat Floyd. He definitely did not. ABC Undisputed. Young B says, nah, he just saying that because he knocked the shit out. What are you talking about? You must be talking to somebody else in the chat. Exactly, KBG gay. Jay, my bad. I did not mean to say that. Y'all said Rolly was nice too in Pitbull, so y'all just saying anything. Yeah, Pitbull whooped his ass. Pitbull, y'all. Little ass Pitbull, who got it. I mean, he really just looked like ass against the fight before that. Who did Pitbull fight before Rolly? On, I forgot which card that was. I think it was on a it was on a good card too. And Pitbull just looked like ass. I mean, the old man beat Rolly ass. Come on, man. You got Ryo beating Dev? Okay. Okay. You think that? That's fine. Yes. Edwin did beat Ryo. So I mean, listen. Y'all think Ryo would beat Devin? I don't think he would. I think Ryo would get styled on by Devin because, he'll get outboxed and all that good shit. But I think Ryo's better than Ryan Garcia for sure. A better boxer. Joseph Jack, no, they don't watch tape. They watch highlights. They watch highlights and they listen to their favorite YouTuber. Ryo went life or death with Chris Colbert. Absolutely. Young B says he saw the Ryan fight and that's all I need to see. The Ryan fight where Ryan came in overweight and used performance enhancing drugs. That's all you need to see. That tells me all I need to know about you and the level of respect I'm able to have for your for how you judge fights. And with that statement that you just gave me, I have zero respect for how you judge fights. Exactly, KBG. No integrity whatsoever. Cool Boy Moses says Tank is just the best. What has Tank done to show you that he's the best? Who has he fought to show you that he's the best? That's my question. Young B says Ryo beat the fuck out of Colbert every fight. What? All right. Get this guy out of here. Not get him out of here. No, he can stay, but come on, man. Ryo beat Colbert both fights. Every fight. Oh, every fight. How many times did they fight, Young Beast? How many times did Ryo and Chris Colbert fight? Joseph said, if you watch the Ryan fight, Dev won at least 5 rounds. I had it a draw at the end. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at a draw. Yeah, Young Beast is wilding out here, man. ABC Undisputed says Haney was heavier than Garcia. Oh my God. Y'all kill me with these assertions. How do you know? Right, like I said, I believe that Ryan weighed damn near 180 pounds, but I don't know for a fact. I don't know how much that man weighed. I know that somebody there said that he heard Ryan's team say that he weighed 180 pounds. But what do you mean? Heavy? Haney was heavier than Ryan Garcia? If you don't knock it off. You say that because Ryan was the only knockout puncher Dev fought. That's not true. All right. Young Beast is really clearly not a... Young Beast clearly knows what he's doesn't know what he's talking about. What? KBG says Dev and Ryan were next to each other. He was visibly bigger. Who was visibly bigger? Ryan or Dev? Y'all have no idea what y'all talking about when y'all say y'all look at people and know how much they weigh. You have no idea. Yes, I would like to say that Ryan was bigger, heavier, but we really don't know, right? All we can do is go by what is being reported, what is being said by people that were there, you know. BF was there. He said that Ryan weighed damn near 180 pounds and Dev weighed like 160 something. But I don't know for a fact. I believe him when he says Dev weighed 160 something. But what he heard Ryan weighed, he heard from Ryan's team. So he didn't actually see Ryan get weighed. But, I mean, if y'all want to say one guy was heavier than the other, I ain't mad at that. But what we do know for a fact is that Ryan came in 3 pounds over the contracted weight during the official weigh-in. That makes the difference, not the rehydration. That makes the difference. And how much you lose to make weight determines how well your rehydration goes. What you did to cut weight and how far down you cut weight greatly affects how you rehydrate. So really it's about who came in heavier on the scale, on the official weigh-in. That was Ryan Garcia. We know that for a fact. Joseph says they didn't announce the rehydration weight at all. No, they didn't. No, because the New York State Athletic Commission does not, I don't believe they require that. New York State, California, they reported the weigh-in weight, the fight weights of Regis Prograis and Devin, because they require the fighters to weigh in after the official weigh-in before they get in the ring, but they don't require them to strip to get on the scale. So there are a lot of variables to consider when you're talking about rehydration. And that's why I say I don't believe in this weight bullying stuff, because everyone typically cuts weight. No one 100% walks around at their campaign weight. So if you have to cut weight to meet a contracted weight, then everybody does. So both fighters have to meet that weight. So once you do that, you both have an opportunity to rehydrate. And if you rehydrate higher than the other guy, that's just what it is. Like, y'all are, y'all kill me with this stuff, man. Joseph Jackson says only 10 states report the fight weight. Exactly. They don't all do it. They don't all do it. You guys, y'all. It's just like when somebody told me, this I know. Somebody told me when I was showing y'all what I researched about New York State Athletic Commission's rules and what they allow in terms of the IV usage and all that stuff, right? And when you're allowed to rehydrate and all that, because the people were talking about this rehydration stuff, right? And when I was doing the research on California State Athletic Commission about the rehydration rule, that they never legislated on that. When they change a rule, they have to legislate on it for it to be official when they propose a rule. They never got that all the way through in California, but there were people out there telling y'all that Devin broke a rule when he rehydrated, and even Regis Prograis fell for that bullshit. Y'all just ran with it. No, I exposed initially. I was one of the first people exposed that rule was never implemented. And you have to go through legislative process. It never went through the legislative process because of Modelo 19. When Modelo 19 happened, a lot of shit stopped. That was one of those things. When Devin fought Regis Prograis, that rule was not in effect. So when I tell you guys, and when I showed you guys the reality behind all those lies, and I exposed them with research, somebody came, they wanted to discredit the research I'd done. They wanted to discredit the New York State Athletic Commission by saying that the New York State Athletic Commission is not a government entity. They said it was not a government, part of the government. They just to say shit. No, the New York State Athletic Commission is part of the New York State government. It is a government body of the New York State, just like the California State Athletic Commission is a governing body. It doesn't just govern boxing. It governs all the sports that are, every sport that has professional competition in their state has to go through the laws. So once a rule is written and once it goes through the legislative process, just like any old bill, any old act of any other law, once it goes through the legislative process in the House and in the Senate of the state, and the governor signs it, it becomes law. So every rule in the New York State Athletic Commission that they enforce is a law. It's a law. That's how they're able to enforce it. And these commissioning bodies, the state commissions are government entities. And they enforce the laws in their rules. Their rules are laws. Man-made laws, not real laws, man-made laws. So you have people that'll say, oh, well, you know, the commissions aren't part of the state government. They're not this, they're not. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Who do you guys think are the ones that said Ryan Garcia, they were able to enforce a punishment for Ryan Garcia? He is no longer allowed. He lost his license for a year. The state commissions license fighters. You have to get a license to fight in those states. You have to be licensed. Ryan Garcia's license was stripped from him. So when they talk about suspension, that's what they're talking about. You're not licensed to fight in the whole country because every other state commission is going to recognize that suspension and not allow him to fight in the whole entire country. Now, and then you got narratives like, oh, well, Devin Haney was suspended too, like he did something wrong. Both fighters are suspended after every fight. After every professional sanctioned fight, both fighters are suspended in that state. Just normally. Even if it's a decision and no one got hurt, really, both fighters are going to be suspended for a while just because there might be underlying issues that aren't recognized right away. So they don't want you to fight in their state for like 3 months, normally. But it doesn't apply to the whole goddamn country. So when people were saying, oh, well, Devin Haney was suspended indefinitely, they're acting like Devin couldn't have fought in another state. So how was Devin able to try to make a fight with Tio or the first fight in October when he was suspended? He was suspended in New York because he suffered a lot of damage during that fight. So depending on how much damage you take, they are going to determine how long the suspension is, but it's going to be in that state. Unless the damage is severe enough to where, yeah, if you got knocked out and you had concussions and all this brain bleeds, they might suspend you and request that every other state does the same. But they don't get to determine that you're suspended in every other state unless the other states have to agree to it. Unless there are certain circumstances like drug cheating. When you get caught drug cheating, that's an automatic nationwide ban. But y'all don't know that. But they'll tell you that Devin Haney was suspended and act like he was suspended every goddamn where. And they act like, oh, well, what did Devin Haney do wrong? No, motherfucker, he got hurt in the fight. I mean, listen, he suffered damage. So New York State Athletic Commission gave him a ban that is longer than normal because of the damage he took. But they want y'all to think that he did something wrong to get banned. Because they're playing on y'all's ignorance. That's all they're doing. Cool Boy Moses says, Devin, please give me a shout out. Why are you prolonging the ends of Devin's name? Y'all are weird. See, y'all are projecting. I don't need Devin to give me a shout out. Devin will never probably ever give me a shout out. I'm not looking for a shout out from Devin. But I don't know why y'all put all these ends on Devin's name. Like, are y'all weird? That's weird behavior. I don't understand that. Cool Boy says Lamont Roach would beat Garcia and Devin. Okay. Oh man, y'all really want this Lamont Roach fight to look good, don't you? I ain't mad at you. You know, the Tank baby munchers, they got to do whatever they can to make that fight good, you know. So I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, hustle. Yeah, I ain't worried about Cool Boy. I want to get a shout out from Devin. No, I don't. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care to get a shout out from Devin. That's not. If I wanted to get a shout out from Devin, I would start a new channel that was focused on combat sports, and I would reach out to Devin and Bill, like Bill said. Bill encouraged people who are starting new YouTube channels to reach out to him to help boost their channels and talk about Devin. If I were interested in doing that, I would not use this channel to talk about it. I would start the new channel, and then I would reach out to Devin and Bill and say, look what I got going on. Let me help y'all. That's what I would do. No, I don't need a shout out for Devin. See, I don't live in La La Land like y'all do and think that everybody sees everything because they're talking about them. So many people talk about Devin that have much larger channels than mine. Devin would likely never see me talking about him. I understand that as a rational human being, that Devin will likely never see my channel, see what I'm talking about. Bill is more likely to see my channel than Devin. So it would make more sense if you said I was trying to get Bill's attention and put all the L's on the end of Bill. That would make more sense than Devin. But you guys don't. You guys have, you know, I don't even want to say it. It is what it is. But I'm gonna get off of here. Tank wears fingernail polish. Cool Boy. Facts. He wears fingernail polish. He lays in a beanbag with his feet tucked under him and has a ponytail. I mean, these are facts. Young B says it's a free world. Exactly. Y'all can support who y'all want to support. Y'all can hate who y'all want to hate on. Just like I have a right? I have a right to debunk and combat and rebut all the bullshit that is put out there. I have that right as well. So everybody has a right. I'm glad we understand that. ABC Undisputed brags about Tank knocking out cherry picks. There you go. There you go. I appreciate ABC Undisputed for keeping it real. I appreciate that. Hey, you're a real one, KBG, or ABC. You're a real one. Anyway, Cool Boy says he don't have a problem with guys wearing stuff like that. Okay, I don't either. But to each his own, right? But I guarantee you, if Devin did that, y'all would be, y'all would hate. Trust me, I know how y'all work. But see, here's the thing with Tank doing that. You got guys reporting it, and they're highlighting that instead of highlighting the Frank Roach fight because they want to help make Tank viral by any means necessary. That's the difference. But people can wear what they want. Okay, Cool Boy says the midget princess will make Dev wake up in the hospital, but why didn't he put Dev in the hospital when they did doghouse sparring? That's the closest thing you're going to get to a real fight outside of a real fight. How come that didn't happen? How come he didn't put him in the hospital then? How come Ryan couldn't put Devin in the hospital, even though he was on performance-enhancing drugs? Is it because Devin has a better chin and more heart than y'all believed? Young B says go back at Blue Bud. For what? Big Maniac says Tank is a quitter. I agree. Tank wants to quit the sport of boxing. You know, he wants to fight Ryan Garcia for $150 million and ride off into the sunset. That's what I think his agenda is, and that's okay. He can do that. I can't wait till he's gone. And then maybe boxing will get to back to what it should be when Tank's gone. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Much love, like, share, subscribe, or don't. Do what you want to do. And we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.